Lebanese Ether Freestyle Drive. I got a real special guest with me here today. I don't usually like doing these Zoom interviews, but there's so many dope artists and creative people around the world that I want to interview, and they're not always with me in New York or in the United States. So I've got to find other ways to make it happen. I have this amazing artist, Christoforo's, with me here today, live from Portugal. How's it going, my brother, today?
It's going very well. Salam alaikum, Ayman,
Alaikum
brother.
salam, my brother.
Thank you for it's an honor to me. For actually, I am like in the middle of nowhere and being streamed over the Atlantic. It's what's connecting us, the Atlantic.
That's amazing.
So
Yes.
it's a pleasure, it's an honor, and thank you for having me there.
More than just the Atlantic and this technology that's connecting us is your art. That's why I wanted to have you on here because I've seen your artwork online. I love what you do. I know you got the Wu Tang hat on. I got my Woo York Knicks going on. 'Cause we're in the finals. You know the Knicks are in the finals. New York versus everybody. I'm sorry, we're cocky right now. Okay, our heads are
No,
gassed up
no, no,
right
no.
now.
You got all the right to be, and it's not happening every year. And actually, it's the pride of an entire nation, and there are so many people that relate. And I tell you, this is actually worldwide because basketball, um, where I'm from
Mhm.
Greece, and that's our first national sport. And I'm too short to play, and I always played. But then when I realized, okay, I'm gonna stay shorter than other people, but it's I just love that game, you know. And to me, it's like I still have many shirts. I got the shirt of Charles Barkley on the
Nice. Oh, I
original
used to
shirt.
love Charles Barkley. Hells yeah.
Yeah, man, the bad boy. I remember how many things he smashed.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
there were times as a kid in Europe where you're like, wow, Kareem Olajuwon, um, people that you discover as well.
Mhm.
Through Bruce Lee, but then also like in watching from
Oh
time
yeah.
to time a basketball
Exactly. He
game
was in
because
that movie. Yes.
before there
Kareem
was no
Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem,
He was in that movie
uh,
with Bruce Lee. Yep.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man,
Mhm.
and that foot size that was on Bruce's chest. I was like, all right.
Exactly. I remember. I love that. I love that movie.
So
So,
there were so many Pat Ewing. There's like I don't know, man. It's like so
mentioning Knicks
many,
legends right now. John Starks,
so many.
Patrick Ewing, the whole era, the whole 90s era, you know?
Stockton, yeah, there was like
Stockton,
man,
Karl Malone.
Larry Bird with the Celtics. I'm not even
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
It was like it's basketball is actually
Mhm.
you guys who spread that magic. It's the same like when people speak of Brazilians and or people who have that passion like Maradona, Ronaldinho.
Yes, yes.
That's how people relate and identify. And it's not just about that you play a game; it's about how you play that game.
Mhm.
And I think this is the magic about it. So respect, and I hope the Knicks go and get that thing.
Let's go. Let's go, Knicks. Let's
Yeah,
go, Knicks. Thank you for your support all the way from Portugal. I know you said you're originally from Greece and they play a lot of
yeah.
basketball out there. Tell us a little bit briefly about yourself. Who is Christoforos? If you just give us a brief introduction.
Well, Christoforo is already difficult as a name. It's actually just my mother calling me like that when I did some bad things. But otherwise, it's like Christo
Mhm.
Greco, and Greco is nothing else than the nickname for the Greek. Um, I am I'm just nothing than following. I'm a person that I always used to follow my heart, and even when the consequences to pay are sometimes not reasonable, but it's more adventurous and actually it's more spice in your life. It's just that yeah, there is a commitment in whatever you do. So I grew up in Greece, moved over to Germany when I was a child, like you know, like Mexicans move to the States, like people from other countries economically less strong. My parents moved to Germany
To find
in
more
the
opportunities, more better economic opportunities.
Yeah, it's like Italian people did the same, Mediterranean people did that, and that's why they went to now strong economically countries like France, like Germany, like Holland, like Switzerland, but actually it's foreigners who made these countries strong.
Same thing like Lebanese
So
people. We're all over the world. You go to any country in the world, you're gonna find a Lebanese community because we left to find better opportunities for our kids for the future. sometimes there's hardships at home, war, occupation, in different empires that come through in and out, and our people have to leave sometimes, whether for the better or for worse, but sometimes we have to leave. But we're similar, Greek, Mediterranean, Lebanese, we have that Mediterranean culture of traveling as well. We're
Yes,
traveling people, we're sea people,
yes.
ships and all that. So you grew up in Germany a bunch of years, you're saying?
Yeah, from 8 till 18, I spent my, let's say, as a child till a teenager, I spent in Germany, yes,
Oh.
where I had education like in school
Hmm.
and a very great system as well in the
Okay.
times before. Things are crumbling down at the moment all over. Economically, strong countries are less strong.
Yeah.
But of course, for someone who is used to, hey, you have corruption in your own country, no possibilities, no health systems. So
Hmm.
when you arrive somewhere, there are always advantages. And this is for me what makes actually the willpower of a few people. Everyone comes with a certain goal. Um, but it's mostly for the people who search a better life. It's actually people where I say like they're more flexible. They used to someone who is in his home. He's we call it a home advantage. That is the same when you play in your home stadium. When you're used to play always outside and never with the support of your fans, it makes you tougher
Hmm.
and
Builds a
it
different
unites.
resilience, a different type of resilience or strength. Yes.
Yeah, and it unites you as well with the people that came for the same reasons and left, let's say, roots, home, traditions, cultures, customs, smells, music. And so this is why the beauty is that people reunite through their path that was maybe not that easy, but actually people related and they felt for each other. It's like the Greek, the Italian, the Turkish guy. There is the Armenian guy. There were Portuguese, Spanish people for the same reasons, leaving for a better life. And at the end, it's always about the economy that brings a stronger um, foundation that you can create. For example, where I live is the first country where I live, and I learned the language wherever I went to. It was for me, not I have to, it's I want to. And it's based on my own curiosity. When I go make a shopping, I just want to know. And it starts with your need. And then it starts, for example, even with a I want to talk to that lady over there. I want to say something. And if you say it in a for you, it's like, all right, I didn't say it correctly, but maybe it was charming to her.
But you put the
So
effort in. Putting the effort in can help
yeah,
you.
I
Yes.
mean, people don't talk to each other or don't. I mean, they just got their phones, and it's already almost. I like to play with society and people and behaviors. Like when you ask, just excuse me, can I ask you something? And people are like, no. Uh, and
Yes.
it's
The
just
other,
about how
Mhm.
how people are and where I am. For example, people when you are a Portuguese from Lisbon or from any other part, somewhere else, not from here, it's already that's you're not from here.
Mm.
So, but you are Portuguese. So, but they don't really speak Portuguese to me because they see me as a foreigner. And in the same time, everyone is like, oh yeah, and they know like, oh, the Greek, but it's about, oh, we know Greece from holidays or Greek food or um, there are similarities of Portugal and Greece, but
Yeah.
it's just that these people, in their mentality, they're more reserved. They
I,
are surrounded by Spain, and the only thing they have is the Atlantic coast. So the Portuguese were a great nation of navigators
Mhm.
and pioneers. And maybe the first ones. You have even like the Magellan Street and Vasco da Gama, these navigators.
Okay.
And but I think that there is like they're just more reserved in their culture. They're not Spanish, they're not Greeks, they are not Italians, they're not Moroccans, they are not Lebanese. is actually they're more reserved. The Spanish is way more open. He's chanting, he's curious. You see people on the streets. Here, for example, there's the Portugal is a football nation. Like they're really like they're great, you know, like
Yes, yes.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, of
They,
course, yes.
they have a great team, and it's not just Ronaldo. So they
Hmm.
have amazing football players. But they when they won the Nations League and became European champion, I was like, it's not possible. You don't even hear a car horning around
That's
here
insane. That's
in my
insane.
in my area. And I was like, in Greece, we are 1 week there was a
Thanks.
celebration. No one went to work, and
Not,
here it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's a different thing.
In Lebanon, even when we're not in the competition, they go crazy when their team wins. You know, we have the Brazil neighborhood, the Argentinian neighborhood, the Germany neighborhood, the France neighborhood, and they celebrate for a week straight, driving with their cars and motorcycles all over the city, honking whenever their team wins. And they're
Yeah,
not even, it's not our team. It's not even Lebanon playing in the damn thing. So I can't believe that in Portugal they're not hyped up when their team wins.
it's not in Portugal. I shouldn't
Okay.
say this. It's not in general in Portugal. It's, for example, where I am.
Okay.
It's like a little you want to see a little view about
Show
where I
me,
am.
show it. If you can, let's try. Let's see how it looks.
Actually, I'm on a it's a small house and we rent the upper house apartment. So I'm up on the roof.
Beautiful,
For
from what I
example,
see.
that's where I play soccer. It's a little school on the other side.
Okay,
You see that?
all I see is a sky now. Oh, there
Wait.
I see. I see now. I see. Okay, that's a field. There's a like a soccer.
Exactly. There's like a
Yeah.
basketball and soccer field.
Is
And
that a school or is it just like a park?
no, it's a school and it's a
Okay.
park and with a school. And in the
Okay.
afternoon we can use it for the public.
Nice.
So, and it's a little super calm. It's a sub little calm urban. It's actually a small village before the village.
Oh, it seems very quiet. Yes.
It is super quiet. Is
It looks beautiful though. The architecture and everything looks nice.
It's simple. It's sweet. Yeah. And here, by the way, is the figs that I always get.
Oh, you get fixed seasons too, right? Yes, yes. We talk
Yeah.
briefly. Our
And
fixed
that's
season. When is it? August? Is it like us? August, September? When do you get the figs?
yes, it's gonna be exactly. It starts in July, August, and actually
July,
we
August,
can
yeah, yeah.
till till middle September because we can get them twice. In Greece, you can get them 3 times. It's like they regrow in the summer. So in the summer you have like 3 times, and in Greece we have this different type. It's like this small violet purple one,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I love both of them. The white ones and the purple one. They're both delicious. I have
they
two trees
are
in the back. Yes, I love the figs. We can't wait for fig season to come. You know, the trees
that
bless
was
us,
just
thankfully.
right now. It's cherries. Right now there
Cherries,
are
I not
cherries.
cherries. I just had some cherries myself. You get cherries next
Wow,
to
man,
you? Yeah, man. We just went to
it's
my son's
amazing.
school. There's a cherry tree at my son's school. Nobody touches it. It's like
What?
the only people who do are like, people from other countries, whether immigrants or
No
first
way.
generation. So it's either Albanians, Arabs, other people who are gonna touch the
It's
trees.
nuts. It's nuts. I mean, like here we are full of farmers. Luckily,
Mhm.
we can have chicken from the farmer. You know, we can have fruits from them and veggies. But it's not the general case. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't know where things come from. And I grew up with it. My grandpa was a veterinary, and grew up with a lot of animals around me. And it's a blessing because the biggest value is to know to treat your earth and to know that in every fruit there are seeds that you can replant.
Yeah.
In every veggie, in every cucumber outside, this little thing that is like a little pig, it's little seeds.
Yes.
So it's that's the secret and the cycle. And to me, maybe the biggest value. You ask Jamaican people what their mission on this planet is. They say like we are here and we rent this part for a little time, and my duty is to give it to my children. And that they care about it and
Jamaican
nothing
people in
else.
Portugal, the Jamaican community in Portugal, you're saying? Or you talk
No, no, not
okay.
no. But it's actually, I guess, it's a farmer's mentality in
Yeah.
general.
Okay, okay.
I saw a
Mm.
documentary about Jamaican farmers, And because it's actually even a spiritual thing. It's like when a grandfather is planting a tree or a seed, and he will know that he won't get any fruit, but it's for his children that
Right.
they have fruits.
We put the work
And
in now for the future to benefit, for our future children or generations to benefit. Yes, yes.
well, it's the same as the saying. This is why I related. It gave me goosebumps because that saying, that expression, that Intel he has on the one album of the second generation Wu, and it
Mhm,
was just a little speech, and it was actually about a grandfather speaks to his son,
mhm,
and it was actually that expression about teach your teach my grandchild to walk again.
mhm.
I don't know if you remember that little
Wow.
thing.
Because Intel was shot. That's why I guess I feel like he put that in there because he was almost paralyzed and he had to learn how to walk again. Yes, yes.
It's I don't think that this was part of that's because it's a metaphoric thing. I
Yeah.
know his story. I know his story, and I know the path that people don't care about or don't
Mhm,
know.
mhm,
But that's actually the own path that everyone carries with him. So it was actually a metaphoric part about
mhm,
teach him to walk again because my grandfather he had a donkey and like that thing to make the acre, you know. Then he had a car, a small car. My mother, she had a Mercedes. So maybe I should have a Lambo.
mhm.
But for me is I learned to walk again. I don't rely on something that takes me further away than actually I should be able to walk to. And when people ask what's your goal in life, um, I say maybe the path himself.
Okay.
And because goals make you often not see what is actually all around you. And we use a highway on a metaphoric way to reach a goal fast. True, if I want to go and see you, I should take a plane
Mhm.
and go straight.
Yes.
But on the other side, that's our facility in our times. We should be able to take the path as actually an adventure and what we can discover. And sometimes there is no path. You got to create it.
Mhm.
And I truly met a guy. He's a path finder. It was actually a dude that was creating, and like putting it into a book where you can hike because our area here is a huge hiking area where people walk
Okay.
and you can get lost. So before you have actually that pathfinder with all indications, there's someone who did that work.
Mm.
And it's the same in free climbing. There's people who are like, well, I can't go from here to there till someone says, and I have a friend, he took 4 years to open a path and it was named after him. And it's
Wow.
actually, well, free climbers. And he's like, he was a world champion in free climbing, but for him, it was a personal challenge. I want to find a way to get there. So it must be possible.
Somebody has to
And
take the risk. Somebody has to do it first.
I mean, look what you're doing. You say like there's a great artist. There's so many beautiful, great artists, and there's so many maybe Messis or Ronaldos.
Mhm,
It's actually about timing, where you are, in which moment, with which surroundment, the right people around or not.
mhm.
And sometimes they are the ones I say like they are born with a fortune, which doesn't mean that it brings them fortune. So they're the hungry ones, and then they're the ones that are already, well, I can do what I want, but do I truly have dreams or do I'm truly inspired and creative?
Mhm.
Because more you have, less you're inspired.
I hear
Less
you.
you have, more you're inspired. Like you have an empty fridge. You find with not almost empty. You
Yeah.
find with as few ingredients, you find more combos to cook.
Make a beautiful
And when you,
dish. Make a brand new beautiful dish to adapt and to survive.
yeah, so yourself you are there's people that tell me like, oh, I don't create, and I say like it's not about if you create, you are an artist too. Look what you're doing. I mean, to me, it's actually goosebumps. You call from the other side because I create some art and I live in a place and country where actually the art is not even a profession. They don't give a fuck about. And where other people valorize something. So I can say it's actually what universe creates through an ironic tool that I didn't believe in, which is called social media. And so universe is showing me right now, well, you're wrong. And it's not just with you, but actually since the COVID that changed the life of a lot of people, mine included,
Yes.
um, it was this tool that permitted me, all right, I, 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 I show what I do, and I did it also before, but not on that way because I was having my art shows and giving snowboard lessons. Well, you asked me in the beginning, tell you something about myself. I'm a snowboarder, skateboarder. I'm a surfer. I play football. But actually, when I said I follow my heart, is actually I followed things that were a guide to me and where I felt myself bonded with others, with smiles and the commitment for the same love, because love is a commitment. You are married, you have children, but actually, I don't see the same sparkle in everyone's face like in you and your wife's. And this is something that is work, it's commitment. Your commitment to create an island where musicians, um, you have that infrastructure around you because someone who's sitting in Tennessee, he needs to go to Detroit, Chicago, New York, where there is an infrastructure when he wants to be a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't expect where I'm sitting that actually art is going to come to me. But it's where I am. It's like this. And since COVID, it made that, and I can't do the things I want. It doesn't matter. So
Okay.
actually, then the universe comes to me, and you are a form of it. You create a space where actually artists. That's for me the art. He's giving the space. What no one here does,
Mm.
you do. You
Appreciate that, my
connect.
brother. Appreciate your words. You always, it's always pleasant talking to you. You always have kind words to those you talk to. You're a very humble person. We've been
It's not
talking about,
kindness. It's not
okay.
even kindness. To me, it's nothing else than what drives you. It's what drives you actually to say, or most people are ego. A little ego is a good thing. Don't forget yourself.
Mhm.
But you find yourself in what you do, and only in that truth you can have that. You can create that actually atmosphere, ambience, frequency that someone feels good, that sits in your car and starts to spit. Each one has his little thing where he's like, all right, but here, that's a little moment, that's a little place. And actually, when people ask me why I'm teaching snowboarding,
Yeah.
it changed my life for the best. So I could teach whatever, it doesn't matter. It's nothing else than transmitting, revealing curiosity, giving kids the possibility to believe in themselves, and giving someone that have no voice a voice. There's married women who are like, oh, it feels so good to make that turn in the snow, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's that feeling. If it's in
Mhm.
the water, if it's on a skateboard, and I say like, that's what unites, and that's that language. So you are a key, you are a general key, and people open their door through your uh, through your creative islands, through your rolling island of unity and exchange, and the amount of different styles. But actually, to me, it was like maybe it's not me entirely that I dig that style now, but it's him. That's his style, and that there is so many authentic people, and that's what I'm searching. Tupac said once, if your environment isn't inspiring you, your environment becomes a cage. And this is what happened to me. I turned very bitter because when you you chant or you spit bars, but actually no one gives a fuck. It's the, I can fight. I told you before once. A hater is a compliment. I can't fight ignorance, and that's something that you can't fight.
I'm going to pause for a second. I don't want to interrupt you. You're very poetic, but there's a minute left on the recording. We're going to have to stop it and record again. Okay.
Oh, good, bro.
So
Oh, good, bro.
I'm back with my artist brother, Chris, live from Portugal. He's originally from Greece. He's lived in Germany. How many languages do you speak, my brother? We were talking about so much thing except the art because you're such an interesting person. We're going to get to the art in a second. How many languages do you speak?
How many lives does a cat has?
Nine. Okay, you said nine before. Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. We're gonna teach you Arabic next. I know you know a little bit of Arabic here. Habibi, shukran, salam
Yeah.
alaikum, alhamdulillah,
Inshallah,
ya Allah.
yallah. It's
Ya Allah.
it is true. It's actually also the difference of Persian, Arab. There is so many. I love languages,
Yeah,
and when there is a nice sonority and languages, they just came. Each one has its skills, but then it's about again if you need something when because you're alone somewhere,
yeah.
you find a way. So I always played outside games, not in my
Okay.
home advantage.
Okay.
So, and this is what made me learning languages, and especially sometimes it was a challenge because you got some racist teachers, for example, in France, and where I study art,
Yeah.
and you know, and when you have some where you in a private study, it was private studies where you pay 10,000 a year. So I was like, hey, I got these type of people being teachers.
Mm.
So I got to go get my diploma, you know, for especially to show these people that actually you stay here and I go wherever I want afterwards. It's just that some people have a mentality where I'm like, all right, you know, we were two foreigners in the studies, a Chinese and me,
Yeah.
and France has a lot of migrants already
Yeah.
in their country as people, but they grew up as Frenchies, but they're already multicultural from Asians, Arab, African side. So all these colonist countries, they are good as bad sides.
Yeah.
But if you have actually people that are, yeah, it's their nature. Racism is not a. Often it's not racism. Often it's nothing else than people are complex and they can't handle when they are faced to a certain truth. So to me, it was always like, or I just love the. Let's say I hear French hip hop. I
Mm.
didn't knew what they talk about, but for me, it was like, whoa, they got their flow, they got their style, and actually
Yeah.
the way they speak. And then you learn actually also in France. When I lived there, I went there for studies, but actually it's my ex lady. She was French, so I went there. The best way of learning a language is love. And
Mm.
when you and a woman can be one. It can be I have a friend, he's a cook, and he's like, man, I love to go there to this Asian country, and he comes back with way more than recipes because you learn the culture. And this is what it makes. So when people are like, well, how can I categorize you? I say, you can't. I mean, like when I say I love Greek music, that's how you identify me. And people are like, "Oh, you're a skateboarder, so you love, or a snowboarder, so you love hip hop." So
Mhm.
like when I tell you that I can also like thrash metal, punk rock, but also Chet Baker, Duke Ellington, and Miles Davis. So it doesn't matter. It can be Aretha Franklin, but it can be also Depeche Mode. There is no boundary in music, and this is actually for me the source of creation. There's no one who should tell me. There's a band. It's called Corrosion of Conformity. They're a metal band,
Mhm.
and the singer said once, "Music is for you and me, and not the fucking industry." and often you get just wrongly manipulated by what people expect from you. And when you create, and it doesn't matter if you
Mhm.
write books, if you have a scenario in your mind, if you paint, if you sculpt, if you And it's actually about this when we say like, oh, look, this child, he's full into his thing because he's in the moment, and there's nothing that is actually can enter in his world. And this is what we should protect, protect, because it's called in our country, it's called our government is eating his children in a metaphoric way, because they take your dreams, they take your hope, they tell you that art is you don't make money. So if you become a lawyer, if you become a doctor, if you, and this is actually the path where I say, what do you want someone to be? Certainly himself. And in giving these tools as a parent, is maybe my mother, it was the most difficult. She doesn't like hate. She doesn't like thrill. She doesn't like skateboarding, snowboarding. She's scared of it. She's even scared in an elevator. So, but the love is okay. Uh, you do your thing, and I want you to be happy with what you do, even when I don't relate and identify.
Okay.
And that's maybe something when what counts for a lot of educations, and it's not about if we have money, especially the ones who have money and are like, well, we are a lawyer's family, you should become a lawyer too. But maybe he's a fantastic carpenter, but actually, no, it's a no go.
You gotta stick
And
to this code and be rigid and don't explore your
well,
dreams and your
if
talent.
you create tables differently like others, people will love them. It's like the I have here an Indian guy. He just opened, and I'm so happy. We didn't have kebabs here. We had to drive really 30 miles to have a kebab. And there's an Indian guy. He just opened a shop, and he has a durum and kebab. And man, he's doing such a fantastic job. He makes it with love, great
Beautiful.
ingredients, fresh, and
Listen,
but people just always want cheap and this, and but they're not curious. And to me, it's like, damn, I got a dude 2 miles away, and
excellent. And he's a blessing. You appreciate him. You're happy that he's there. So
that,
hopefully more people
that's
will be open to try
that's art.
something new. So many
That's art.
people, yeah, that's art. You're right. Cooking is art. The carpenter making a table is art. Let's talk about you and the art. When did you get into the arts first? When did you start pursuing the arts?
I can't remember when I was really truly conscient about it. I just remember that it was um my my world where I was in peace, and where I could express myself. It was my medicine. It was my escape room. And through a childhood that was not always funny. And when yeah, I mean, like a lot of children can relate to it. I grew up not really with a father. Parents divorced early, and it was not a bad man. It's just that alcohol and circumstances in another country, maybe in Germany.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, he was an OG, and it's not something that I say. When people are like, when I talk a little bit about him, people always like, all right, that's a movie, right? And I'm like, no, it's my reality. So I realized that sometimes it's shocking. Um, in your environment, it wouldn't shock. Not at all. It would be just something that is like, all right, dude, that's normal. It's not that we can choose things, and that's how it is.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that I can lay on it and say like, oh, this is what happened to me. No, because shit happens in life. We don't choose it. There's children being born in Gaza. They don't choose it. So we all have our things and marks and traumas and scars,
Hmm.
and they're justified to be there. Be proud of them. The only thing that is important is to solve them, to heal them. And art, painting is my medicine. It's my, I mean, the one side is physical, martial arts, I love, kung fu. And
Shout out to Agent Blur for that. I know, because I know you're friends with him
yeah,
as well, and he's always inspiring me to do be healthy and do the martial arts and Tai Chi and Kung Fu. So got to
just
shout
to
him out.
flow, just
Yes.
the COVID, thanks to the COVID, I relearned to learn. because we forget about things. It's like a language, and when you don't do movements, it's like someone who was used to play baseball daily or basketball. You can have the talent, but if you stop playing, you lose that feeling, and it's actually age doesn't matter as long as you don't lose the feeling.
Mm.
And when you
The
love
passion, you mean? The passion
the
for it?
passion,
Yeah.
the passion,
Mm.
and to be nourished and to be inspired. And so COVID brought that I restarted my the nunchucks, and actually to see it now as a meditation. It's
Cool.
just a flow, and then trying out things like, okay, I use my balance board. I'm blindfolded and I still swing them. Is it still? So it's challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone.
What kind of art do you use? What's your means? I know you do like a lot of the art with the dust on the cars. Is there a name for that art? What
The funny part is that I started doing this 17 years ago.
okay.
And it's actually in a country where there is a lot of dust on the windscreens because there's a lot of dirt roads, off roads here in the
Yeah.
Portugal. So on, and it was on a friend's screen,
Okay.
and it was type of Keith Haring figures that I did there
Okay.
because, by the way, that's one of these guys that inspired me a lot because I saw him for real painting, for
Mm.
real, but I didn't knew who he is. Keith
What
Haring.
what do you mean for I know who Keith Haring. When did you see? What do you mean for real?
I was 11 years old,
Okay.
12, and he was in Germany
Wow.
and he was on a, when you on a huge shopping street.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mom, and there was sometimes there are artists. They do a performance. Some people did
Okay.
break dance. Some other do balance games and jonglage.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Hey, mom," there were people assembled, and I was like, "Hey, mom, I want to see that." And my mom, she was always like, "All right, if it's something interesting, I go to shop and you wait here, right?"
Hmm.
And so she knew that I'm gonna watch this there, and I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And actually, Keith Haring, I didn't knew shit. There was a dude. I see a dude with glasses and a brush in his hand, painting on a BMW car.
Wow.
Black figures and all his little dudes. And I was so
Yeah.
impressed when I was like, he dipped the brush into the can, he put it up, and actually where he continued was exactly on the same line where he stopped the one figure painting. There was like he didn't saw. I was like, but this dude is just like it's I don't know. And then I talked to my art teacher in school, and I said like I saw this man, and it was so fascinating. And she went to New York, and I was 12 years old, and already in school, when I had art. There was then the bell that ring, and we should go out and have
The
a pause
recess. A
of
break.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
20 minutes,
Hmm.
I stood inside and I kept painting, and she always brought me things that I need. She was like, "Do you need this? Do you need another color or this?" And then when she went to New York, she went to his store. There was a Keith Haring store, and I have that carton of the inflatable baby.
Wow.
It's and she had that T-shirt inside and a sticker, and you can't imagine what it meant to me.
Beautiful. That's very nice
And
of her. Very nice of the teacher to think of you and to bring you a piece
yeah,
back. Yeah.
so man, what is art? Art is nothing else to be able to share curiosity, to reveal curiosity, to inspire, to exchange like a recipe.
I want to get back to your art. I was introduced to your art when I saw you doing the art on the very dusty windshields of cars. You said a friend encouraged you first. It was their car. They said, and you did some figures on it, and that's where it
Yeah,
started.
yeah, yeah. I did, yeah, and then I explained about I drift off to Keith Haring. I did some figures, but at the end, it's actually this. It's a free canvas. It's on dust, and when you asked me if there is a name for it, actually, I didn't knew about it. I was just doing it.
Mhm.
Later on, there is it's a serious artistic subject that is actually where I realized I'm a pioneer, and there's not many on this. It's like, every child or people just go on the windscreen and like they write a phone number, they paint a
Mhm.
minimal digital a genital, they write they paint a heart,
Yeah.
or they make a little smiley.
Hmm.
So people do that by nature, and So I was like, all right, I don't know how fast the owner is coming back, so I got to go quick. And I was just doing this, putting my music and going and paint dusty cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called ephemeral art
Ephemeral art. Okay.
because there was a famous artist. His name is Christo, like me, just that he was
Wow.
from Bulgaria, and
Okay.
he packed in buildings or islands. He did it with islands in Miami. He packed them in a pink layer. Um, he packed in buildings. That was his art,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and so that was the relation that his name is Christo. But ephemeral art is, for example, Andy Goldsworth. If you check this guy, and in my studies, it's first time I heard that name, but then I came back to it that actually what I'm doing is ephemeral art as well. This man was living in the Scottish Highlands, and he was a teacher, and but actually he used his environment to create art in the moment. Because it's right now that we have the leaves of autumn that are falling, and
Mm-hmm.
they're very colorful. So he took these leaves, he took these, this little branch that the leaf have,
Yeah. The
and,
stem.
and he
Yeah.
sticked it, and he
Mm-hmm.
sticked it into another one, and then he created snakes, huge snakes, and then he took them, he put them into a river, and he let it float.
Wow.
And
So this is
that's
the
in the
leaf, the whole leaf and the stem, the whole leaf and everything, or just the stick part, just the stem part?
he took like 500 leaves and
Yes.
one into the other, and it created like a snake.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then he took that and he brought it into the water,
Mm.
and actually his whole act was gone. And it reminds me a little bit the monks in Tibet, that actually the cleansing process is as well to let go. You create graffiti dudes, they know exactly. I make a photo maybe, but I let go. It was not permitted, so I have to let go from. They learn it from the begin. And when you do this art, I did it on windscreens in New York. It would be possible when it's icy in the morning.
Yes, yes.
I can paint on icy winds till it starts to heat up or melt.
Yeah.
And the same is with the dust. You see it the next day again, but then the humidity brought another layer into it.
Mm.
So it's called ephemeral art because you don't know how long it lasts, and you see it on the moment and on the instant, and it's nothing else maybe than a very simple response to life itself. To be in the moment, and there's nothing else that counts. You might know it from your child when you tell him, well, next year you're gonna be able to do this, and next year it seems like, man, it's
Forever.
eternal.
Yeah, yeah.
It's now.
Mm-hmm.
And what means this patience? So it's to be actually in the now and not with expectations. And so when I do these things, I make a photo and I post it, but everything you see is gone.
That's what's beautiful about it is that how, like you said, it lasts for a short period of time, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours. I'm not exactly sure, even less than that. If you don't take the picture, that's it. Only the person who sees it live with their eyes is going to be able to witness it, and then it
Yes,
disappears, which is
yes.
kind of a cool concept itself. It doesn't necessarily live on forever unless you snap a picture, or it lives on forever in your mind or whoever saw it. So you had to, it's almost like a form of your local graffiti because you were telling me you didn't know when the owner was going to come back. So you had to rush and maybe run away, or maybe the cops might harass you, and you can't take forever and take your time. What's your experiences doing this in public on these vehicles?
If I would be in the States, at least I would have, through a bad publicity, you gain publicity. Here, I told you already, it's like situations where you're like, come on, guys. I mean, like I'm paying your salary, a part of it as well. So most people like it and enjoy it, and in general, it's something that is pleasing people, even children and
Nice.
parents. sometimes people, of course, are like, "Hey, what you do on my car?" If there are Germans, for example, there's a
Okay.
lot of German tourists,
Okay.
and they're not very known for having the greatest humor. You know, knock knock.
Okay.
I'm asking the questions.
That's
So
that's from the
when you're
office. That's from the office. That's from the office, right? The
yeah,
show.
but actually they have that thing. They have that thing. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we are very open-minded with humor. Like
Uh,
but be aware what type of humor you make. So I love this shit, but it's actually they're not used at someone. They have clean cars. They have no dust. And when they see someone on the windscreen and they come back, they're like, "Hey, what you doing there?"
mm.
We're like, "Bro, I'm not stealing anything." It's
Yeah.
like, and it's normal that someone will be just concerned and like, "Hey, what you do there at my car?"
A
And then I'm like,
stranger next to my car. Exactly. Yeah.
"Yeah." And then I'm like, "Hey, so I hope you like Bruce Lee." You know, once I made when the cops are coming. Actually, it's that they don't even know their own laws.
Mm.
So when they want to give me a fine for a law that's not existing, because otherwise you need to make a lawsuit against the nature that there's justice on the car. But on an ecologic way, ironically, I'm explaining the cops that actually they should thank me because I'm an ecologic artist. I
Mm.
clean the windows. We have not much water here. We need water.
Okay.
So it's a region where it's quite dry,
Mhm.
especially in the summer. It might not rain for 3 months. So I say, hey, I gave the driver a good view to the back, thanks to my art.
Safety. There you go. Your art is being for safety reasons. Yes.
Yeah, but actually, the sense of humor of them is a little bit complex because in an isolated brain, there's not much space for having actually some humor. And then I'm just getting serious and saying, like, all right, guys, if you want me to pay a fine, show me the law. So as long as you don't show me a paragraph or a law, well, then give me your number and your name. So we see each other in court. If you want to make me pay for a fine, that means like you're just corrupt. And so these are things that I already put in an interview into a magazine that because I want to know that
Okay.
people pay taxes for cops that actually should be first educated psychologically while they steal the time of other people that are doing nothing. You have same things in your country with different, and it's called again people that have a complex. You have great cops, you have fucked up ones, and then you have actually the ones that are saying like, I got to work with this idiot every day. It's a colleague, and then you have the ones that are like, well, we have a bond, so we stick always together as cops. And I say like, no, just because I represent something, and even in that uniform. I represent actually that I feel safe and not as a threat. And especially when actually you steal my time. And so that's actually my experiences here in Portugal. But for me, it's nothing else than I do these things for free. It's my time. It's not my car, but I'm not vandalizing a car because
Exactly.
there's no scratches or anything. And vandalism means that I need to call an agency to clean from that support that needs to be cleaned on a way that is not just dust. But of course, because people don't know what it is, they think I'm a vandalist. And it's like, oh, did he use the structure? Did he paint it on it?
Okay.
And actually, it's a little bit like illusionists. Bro, it's not there. It's not existing.
Mm.
What you see is gone. And they have a difficulty to digest that. And because of their ego, they try to find something. And I'm like, all right, please take me and make me a publicity.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, we are not in New York, neither in Paris or in London,
Yeah.
because it makes you a bad publicity, gives you great publicity as well.
I understand. Exactly. Yes.
No, but otherwise, the sources that drove me once without knowing it's my medicine, it's my therapist, it's my drive, it's my inspiration. I can express myself and I can transform, I can maybe even inspire, and others inspire me. Same as music. And
You're doing it in spite of society, your family members, the
everything
capitalist
is
system.
nourishment.
telling you, no, but sometimes they're telling you, don't do it. There's no money involved. There's no career. But you're doing it in spite of that. You're like, no, I want to express myself. I want to produce art, express my pain, my trauma, speak out against whatever's going on around the world, or just do it for the fun of it because I enjoy it and I love it and the passion and the creativity.
Yeah.
I know you've collaborated with other artists, like you did. You designed the hip hop cover, the album cover for Geraint, for Agent Blur. Do you do more of that? How can somebody reach out to you? They want to reach out to you, Christoforos, and be like, "I want you to do a piece for me." Can they reach out to you? Do you do art like that? Commission art for other people?
Actually, it happened on the most simple, and that's why I say the law of universe is um, is something that I didn't trust it in. It's my lady that gave me. She got my neck, and she's the one in the COVID times that said, "Just paint what you love, who you love, and don't think." And because I lost actually my professions, both snowboarding
Mhm.
and doing art shows and doing projects or board designs and other things. So it's not possible for me just being locked in somewhere.
Mhm.
And I guess for a lot of other people as well. Musicians found a way to make live streamings through their home, you know.
Yes.
Um, but there is also a thing. I'm not really the guy who's like, all right, I love technology and making this and TikTok, Insta, this. So I just try my best. When other people say you could reach more people, I say like, well, maybe I just reach more quantity, but I'm happy that I met people like you, and it happened. That's the algorithm. I was listening to um to the and you know how it works. Suddenly there's a next song while
Mhm.
I was painting, and then came a Rob,
Hey, Rob. Yes, yes. He's dope.
and and then I was like, whoa, there's something with that flow and the way he speaks and what he speaks, especially.
Mhm.
And then I'm always, and this is what initiated it. I want to know the same as in Portugal, and strange things happen. There's a he's famous in Portugal, but I can't know. I asked only when I arrived in Portugal, hey, is there some hip hop in Portugal so that I can actually, for the language and to get inspired and maybe to learn better Portuguese? And I get known to an artist that my neighbor said, like, well, there's one dude. And I hear the voice and I'm like, damn, this voice is just, it's just not normal. It's so authentic. It's raw. It's different. I want to know the face. And that's what happened then with A-Rob. Uh, I started to draw his face when I saw his face, and it was he had a bigger beard and he had the scarf,
The
you
Palestine
know.
Kofia, the Palestine the Kofia. Yes.
Exactly, the coffee, yeah, exactly. And I was like, all right. I was while I was listening, I'm painting, and this is what I do all the time. I listen to the people while I paint them, and for me, it's like this connection. It's magic. It's beautiful, and to me, it's like that's the way it should be. It's like we are cooking, and so I posted on my Insta, and he responded, and then he was like, "Hey man, thank you so much. Why?" I was like, "I think you don't have to thank me. I thank you for creating." So actually, I'm just sitting there, and suddenly, I hear you. It drops down. It just drops, and it was the second generation Woo with yeah, that collaboration that
Yeah,
they
the
did.
collaborator. Yes, yes.
And that's actually then how I discovered the whole second generation, like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And I was like, wow, what's going on there? This is like, all right, all right, all right.
Mm.
And to me, it was always Wu-Tang is for the children. It's not just a phrase. Is there something that is way deeper? And I guess ODB is the one that I can relate the most because he had that healthy madness, instant. He's too real to be different, to change. He will say, like a child, what he truly thinks. I am like that. And often it's not in your favor, but actually, I don't care. You can't take anything away. Um, but actually, maybe in your silence, the little thing that I said, and it might hurt at you realize that it's only your ego, and maybe it will help you. So that phrase is magic, and that created that magic that actually brought me then to rain, and I draw Intel, and then I draw Young Dirty, and so I was like, I knew he had several children,
Mhm.
but I didn't knew one woman, three children, or four with another one. And to me, I painted even the children of Young Dirty sister Tsanaika,
Wow.
and the children. And it was to me, it's nothing else. What can I do from here? First of all, it's it I please I fulfill myself. But the joy or the surprise that you can bring to someone um, is immense. It's a little bit like you make a birthday gift, but you are in more joy than the one who receives the gift, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
You see the
it's
joy in
simple
their
as that.
face, their expression. You appreciate
Yeah,
their expression and their joy. And that gives you joy that they
yeah,
appreciated the beautiful art that you made and that you
that's
did
the
portraits of
energy.
their faces. Yes.
That's the energy. And then Arob was the one that said like, hey, well, actually, I don't look like this anymore.
Hmm.
But here is a could you paint me in another version? And I'm like, yeah, well, just make some photos or make a photo for yourself.
Yeah.
And so it was the album. This I didn't knew the title, and this magic.
Okay.
The strange thing is, like, I guess this album it brought him at least a success to be truly known as an artist, and having actually also that challenge with Sways.
They were RZA. He was the RZA, the challenge on Sway in the Morning. Yes, Sway's
Sway
Universe.
in the
Yeah,
morning, sway
yeah,
in the morning, exactly.
yeah.
And I'm just so proud of him for because of the when you know the reality as well, how much you have to do to gain some sense from everything. If it's Spotify, if it's this, if it's that, and they just try. And I know so many artists and musicians, and it's not the same
It's
as it
challenging. It's
was.
difficult. And then not just that, shout out
And
to
then he
A-Rob.
donated. And
Shout
then
out to,
then he asked me, "Can you make me that thing?" And I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah." And I made six versions. And then he tells me, "Man, you made six versions. The title is the 6 degrees of separation."
okay.
And I was like, "Wow." And then he was like, "What is your budget?" And I said, "Like I never talked about."
Hmm.
So and it was like, "Can I donate you something? I don't have much, but I wanna." And then I said, this is it. Actually, you just give what you want, and even when you would like to give maybe more or something, but I didn't ask for anything, and I want some people to know that I don't chase money in the first. I'd never painted uh, to think of the money. I never skated or snowboard of the money. I don't swing a nunchuck to think I'm in a battle with someone.
Hmm.
At the end, it's about what each one can give with all the reality of the evil industry around that wants to profit from artists and be you own me, you are mine, I'm
The
you know
vultures
what I
want to
mean.
exploit you, extract everything they can from you, and to give
Well,
you as least as possible. You give them the most, and they want to give you the least as possible.
and you own them at the end, and this is
Yeah.
something where I say like, all right, I exposed worldwide with galleries when I did my art studies in France. I
Hmm.
was painting all my life, but the studies taught me more how to explain what I'm doing.
Okay.
um, and to be able to transmit through speech because before it was like I didn't talk about it and so when people had you're I'm always scared like when wow how will the people perceive it and how is the curiosity well here where I live it's not but since the COVID it's people like you it's people who saw something or that window in dust
Hmm.
and for them it's something special and here it's not so it's not that it's not existing it's just that somewhere else it's appreciated.
Christoforo, thank you so much for being on the show on Freestyle Drive. I really appreciate you. Appreciate the art that you do. Appreciate the pieces that you sent to me for my son. He loves them. Ronaldo, Messi, ODB, Tupac, and all the other dope artists that's in the collection that you sent all the way from Portugal. I really appreciate it. What's any last words you want to say for those watching right now?
Um, be yourself. While it's the most difficult, heal yourself and unite with what's true. And health first. Shukran, I thank you so much.
My brother, appreciate you so much. Thank you for doing this.
And likewise, what goes around comes around.
I hope I see you
One
soon.
love. I wish
Inshallah.
you all the best. And I hope our paths will cross
I hope
for real.
so. I hope so. Either you come here or I visit you there in one of these days, my brother, and see
With the
your art
biggest,
live. Would
with the
love that.
biggest pleasure. Put me
Habibi,
at your
Habibi Christoforo, Habibi.
Habibi, brother.
I talk to you later.
One love.
My brother,
One
peace.
love.
Peace.